Hi there! Today we're going to be talking about the SAMR Framework for Technology Integration. You might be going, what is SAMR? SAMR is an educational framework that was developed by Ruben Puentedura. It gives teachers a framework for integrating technology into classroom settings, and it describes the different levels of technology integration and the purposes that they serve. Here's the model. You see the 4 levels. The first 2 levels, substitution and augmentation, talk about the way technology enhances learning, and the bottom 2 levels, modification and redefinition, talk about the way technology can transform learning experiences. Let's look at each one of these in depth. At the substitution level, the technology is just the same purpose as the traditional methods. When you move to augmentation, you use enhanced features of the digital tools that the paper tools don't have. When you move into modification, there is a significant redesign of the task because you've used a technology tool. You start to be able to do things that it would be pretty difficult to do on paper or in traditional ways. And in redefinition, the digital tools allow for a learning experience that could not have happened without using that technology tool. I bet you want to hear some practical examples of the way the SAMR framework works. Let's go. Let's start with essay writing. Essay writing is a very common activity that happens in many grade levels and in many content areas. If you were just using the substitution method, the substitution level, in your technology integration, you would just, instead of writing your essay on paper, you would write it in a word processing application. It has the same exact function as if you were doing it on paper. And a lot of teachers, that's all they do. They just substitute using a computer instead of doing it on paper. And sometimes teachers get frustrated because there's sometimes a learning curve to using the technology, and they get frustrated with that learning curve. And there's not a whole lot of transformation and enhancement that happens in the substitution level. The augmentation level is when the classroom, the students start using the tools that are embedded in the word processing document. Maybe they use the grammar check, the spell check, maybe they start using some design features like a template or inserting an image or inserting a graphic or changing the colors. These expanded features also have expanded the conceptual engagement for the students. At the modification level, you start to be able to do things that you couldn't have done without technology. An excellent example in our essay writing idea is using an application like Google Documents, where students can work in a collaborative environment. Multiple students could be writing at the same time. Maybe one student is putting in the images, another student is typing in the tables. Maybe there's another student that's going through and checking for grammar and spelling. And maybe the teacher is even looking on and she's putting in comments of suggestions that they could change and the students can accept it. These students could all be working simultaneously, or they could be working at different times. And this could not happen if you did not use a Google Doc. It's not really easy for all of them to be working on the same piece of paper together. That's a great example of the modification level. At the redefinition level, instead of just writing an essay to write the essay, you're writing for someone else. Maybe an example of this would be students creating a website or a blog for their writing. And in addition to their writing, they have multimedia. They've got images, they've got music, they've got moving elements. Maybe they have video that enhances what they've written. And they're writing for an audience that could be published. It could be seen around the world, which would connect them to a world outside of their classroom. That's when the task gets redefined. The things that the students experience and learn would not have happened if you did not use that technology tool. I hope that you would take a moment and evaluate a way that you've used technology in your classroom. Would you say that it's at the substitution or augmentation level? Or have you gotten to modification and redefinition? If you want to learn more about the SAMR framework for technology integration, you can look online or you can scan these QR codes for an article and a video about the SAMR framework. I hope this was helpful to you. Have a great day.